If you had to lose one of your five senses, which would you choose? I personally would be devastated if I lost my sense of taste because that would mean I have no taste buds. And taste buds is exactly what I want to talk about today. Um, I happen to know that most likely everyone in our class has been able to taste food at some point in their life because being born without taste receptors is actually extremely uncommon. And I like to think I'm knowledgeable about this because I like to consider myself a foodie. Therefore, over time, I've increased my knowledge on how to enhance my food experiences. So we're gonna be learning about the evolution of our taste buds, the different myths and facts that are commonly heard about them, and then also the different life factors that can affect our taste buds. It's crazy to think that something as simple as taste buds have evolved over time, and to evolve just means to develop, honestly. Taste buds have helped humanity help decide what we should and what we shouldn't eat. And the best example I can give you is from Lilia Wang. She wrote an article called The Evolution of Our Taste Buds, and she says that our bodies naturally know not to eat extremely bitter things, and this is because bitterness can directly correlate to toxic and poisonous substances. The way we've helped evolved our taste buds is honestly just from expanding territories and mixing cultures. So imagine if you had ancestors that lived in the forest that were mainly plant-based, and then they finally meet and trust their neighbors who are from the mountains and they eat a lot of meat. Therefore, they came together just trusting each other, and now we have a huge range of flavors, and our taste receptors are so happy. And so over the years, our taste buds have evolved, but so has our expertise on this topic. Therefore, we can start separating common myths and facts. Right here, taken from the New York Times article called We've Been Lied To, is what we call a tongue map. And so what it does, it just says that there's 5 zones around the tongue, and that's where we identify certain flavors. And that's actually wrong. Although there are parts of the tongue that are more sensitive to taste than others, is not necessarily directly related to flavors. Um, another common thing we hear is that our taste buds are only on our tongue, and that's not true. We have taste buds on the roof of our mouth, in the back of our throat, and we also can have some in our nasal cavity. Back onto some facts about our tongue is that we do identify flavors in 5 different ways, and that's going to be we taste sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami, which is like your meat slash savory feeling taste. And then one more thing is that our taste buds are constantly being replaced about every 10 days. So if you burn your mouth on something super hot, or you eat a Hot Pocket right out of the microwave, within 1 to 2 days, you'll be able to taste in that spot again on your tongue. As our expertise on taste buds have grown, we can now identify what factors of our lives can affect our taste buds. A lot of factors we cannot control, and this would be something like genetics. Some people are honestly just born with more receptors, and so they're more sensitive to taste than others. Another thing about genetics is that our family health problems, things like thyroid, high blood pressure, cancer, and other illnesses and diseases that can be passed down. Unfortunately, a lot of these health problems come with medication, and medication really can alter the sense of taste because it's changing the chemicals and enzymes within your body. So as we cannot control our genetics, we can control our diet. If you are a person who consumes high sugar, high fat, and high sodium, you have most likely altered your taste buds to being less sensitive to fat, sodium, and salt. So you guys skip the processed food and skip the fast food if you want to actually start tasting all the little things within your, enhance your flavor palette. And I give an example of someone who eats an extremely clean diet can be like, hey, I'm going to have a bowl of fruit for dessert, because to them, the natural sugars, because they're not used to the artificial sugars in foods, is actually super sweet. So they can taste the food or they can taste the fruit, and it's super sweet to them. Another thing about diet, and that's commonly around us at all times, is alcohol and tobacco. And there's so many, the National Health Society has so many articles out there about the different ways that alcohol and tobacco can affect you. And there's an odd amount of articles related just to your sense of taste along with that topic. The different experiments and stuff like that have led to the conclusion that alcohol and tobacco can damage the nerve fibers and receptors on your tongue. I feel like I just pitched a crazy amount of information to you about taste buds. about the evolution of taste buds, a couple myths and facts about our taste buds, and then also the different factors that can affect our taste buds. I hope we can all agree that taste buds are interesting, and that if we ever had to lose one of our senses, that we wouldn't choose our sense of taste.